Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, full moon tomorrow night. So sorry I missed you guys yesterday. Had my last stem cell treatment, and this has definitely been a process. Now, it's nothing like chemo or chelation or anything like that, but I didn't realize how much of a process your body was going to have to go through as it did this. And you need tons of rest and tons of water, and it's been a thing. But yesterday as we got my last treatment, we had to do the bone marrow one again, and it didn't go smoothly. So they had to multiple times tap into my bone in my hip in order to try to extract the bone marrow. And that was not the greatest thing ever. And as they were doing that, I was thinking that for some reason Tiger Woods popped into my head. And the reason that he did is because, a lot of times I think it's easy to forget how you need to make short-term sacrifices in order to get long-term gains. Tiger Woods bursts onto the scene and the professional golfing tour, and from the time that he was a little boy, his dad trained him not just that you're going to be a professional golfer, not that you're going to be a great professional golfer, not just that you're going to be the best golfer ever, but that you're going to be a gift to mankind that's going to bring people together of different cultures and races using golf. That was what his dad put on him. That was the goal. That was the mission. That was Tiger Woods. So being the greatest ever was actually a step below the ultimate mission. That's how he looked at it. So Tiger bursts onto the scene, and he immediately wins some tournaments and immediately has tremendous success. And from the beginning, the thing that was so interesting about the guy was he wasn't afraid to win. Meaning when he got to the point where he was looking like he was going to win the tournament, he did the opposite of choking. He did the opposite of playing conservatively and suddenly not having as good a round as he was having. He got more aggressive. When he got the lead, he got stronger. He got better. He attacked. He attacked the other players. He attacked the golf course. It was unbelievable to watch. So he goes to the Masters. He goes to Augusta, which if you don't follow golf, is one of the most prestigious tournaments, maybe the most prestigious tournament, maybe the most prestigious thing in sports. That's a hard thing to say, but it's pretty spectacular. It's the only, there's only 4 majors, and it's the only major that's played at the same golf course, and there's all this tradition. It's a glorious tournament. He plays a practice round with Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer, and at the end of the round, Jack Nicklaus is interviewed, and they said, "What'd you think of the kid?" And he turned to the camera and he said, "He's going to win more Masters than me and Arnold Palmer combined." That was like 9 Masters that he said, 6 or 9, I forget what the number was. It was a crazy number that Nicklaus said this 21, 22-year-old kid was going to win. Well, he went on to win that tournament, and he didn't just win the tournament, he destroyed the tournament. He broke every record that there was. He won toe-to-toe, meaning he won from the first round to the 4th round. He broke every course record. He broke the record of distance of winning by each round, and he completely shattered the lowest scores ever in Augusta. He defeated the tournament so badly that the company came together, the course came together and decided to completely redo the golf course because Tiger Woods had destroyed it so much. He finished more than 10 strokes below what anybody else had ever done in 4 rounds at the Masters. Here's the thing. He got done and he looked at his swing, and instead of saying, look at what I did, I just destroyed this tournament and won this tournament, he said, I have to completely do this swing if I'm going to meet my mission. Because my swing is such that by the time I'm going to win a lot of tournaments, but by the time I'm in my 30s, my back is going to be devastated and I won't be able to continue playing. Which, by the way, he had already done so much damage that he is still dealing with the back problems today. So he decides to completely redo his swing. So now he goes out and he can't hit the golf ball. He can't do anything right. And he practices and practices and practices and practices. And he loses tournament after tournament after tournament. He can't go anywhere. Now come the critics. Always a flash in the pan. He's this, he's that. He's never going to go anywhere. He's never going to make it. And even his sponsors, coffee's done, even his sponsors start to pull. Titleist redoes their contract with him and cuts his sponsorship in half. So does Cadillac. Except for one company, Nike. He was two and a half years into a 5-year contract, and Ted Knight from Nike came to him, renegotiated the 5-year contract, and doubled what they were paying him. They didn't cut it in half, they doubled it. With no requirement except they said, hey, by the way, we're going to start making golf balls, golf clubs, and golf attire in addition to shoes. A year goes by and Tiger finally is up on the practice tee and he swings and the ball goes perfectly. And then he does it again, and then he does it again, and then he does it again. And he figures out the new swing finally is working again and again and again and again. He heads out, and the rest is history because he wins every golf tournament there is. He becomes the first player in forever to hold all 4 majors at one time. He wins them all by new records. He wins everything that he plays and breaks record after record after record after record. He didn't re-up his sponsorships with Cadillac and Titleist. Instead, he went all Nike. And then there's this famous scene at Augusta where he hits the ball to the left and he has this impossible chip where he can't chip right at the hole. So he has to chip up on this hill and have the ball run back down towards the hole. And if he makes this chip, he's going to win the tournament. And if he misses it, the ball's going to roll way past and he's probably going to end up in a playoff or might even lose the tournament. He chips up and the ball rolls down and literally sits on the edge of the hole with the Nike swish facing the camera for what seems like an eternity and then drops into the hole. It's a shot that is played every year at Augusta, and it'll be played every year for the next 100 years. He took the short-term sacrifices in order to get the long-term gain. And is he the best ever? Hard to say. With Jack Nicklaus still has more majors, but if you take a look at what Tiger Woods did in his professional career, it was truly astounding. And had he not stopped and redone his swing, which he did 2 more times in his career, he would have never been able to do that. So, as they were pounding a steel rod into my pelvic girdle yesterday, I just kept thinking to myself, short-term sacrifices for the long-term gains. And, you know, if you're younger, that's something that you need to remember. Gary Vaynerchuk does a very nice job of talking to the millennials and talking about how if you want to be successful, be the guy that's in the library instead of out partying. Be the person that's out hustling instead of playing video games. Be the person that is working on their goals and working on themselves instead of out messing around. And that's not to mean that you can't go mess around. You should go mess around periodically and have fun. But those who focus on their outcomes are the ones that get ahead. They're the ones that make the difference. And, you know, it's not that people plan to fail. They just fail to plan. And it's easy to go along in life and not plan for the future. And then all of a sudden you turn 55 and you're like, holy crap, I wish I woulda, I wish I shoulda. Whereas if you make those little incremental moves each day, and it doesn't have to be a lot, it only needs to be a fraction. But if you do that each day, especially if you're younger, by the time you get older, the results are going to be astronomical. The results are going to be beyond spectacular and outstanding. But you got to work on it every little day. So, short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. Through the rest of this week, what are the things that you're going to do in order to make sure that you achieve your goals down the road? Do what you got to do before you do what you want to do. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.